Greetings, denizens of the tri-state area. Jacob Weil here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And Dragon, I know what we're going to do today. That's right, with the revival of my favorite cartoon, Phineas and Ferb, officially upon us, Dragon and I are once again firing up the Recap-inator and discovering the series anew, and hopefully making new summer memories along the way. Today's episodes are Space Adventure and Droogenfest. All right, so we have we've kind of a different one up front, don't we, Dragons?
Yeah, yes, we do.
With Space Adventure.
It's an adventure in space.
Yes, it is. So this is kind of a Princess Bride-esque episode.
More or less. It's kind of Princess Bride cross with Roddenberry, but yeah.
Kind of.
Not to be confused with the doonkelberry. It's a Roddenberry.
Hold on. Nah. There we go. Anyway, we already have some comments here. It's like, it's a podcast in space. Says Aquatad.
Yep.
And we have a comment from I don't know how to pronounce it, Odikin1416 saying just skip Space Adventure. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but unfortunately, StreamYard's not showing the actual YouTube names, instead showing the ats. So I'm sorry about that. So, Dragon, do you share the sentiment of skipping Space Adventure?
It's the darndest thing, Jacob. I on the first watch, I was checked out of this episode. I didn't care. I noticed the familiar voice talent who plays Captain Dirk. But aside from that, the episode really didn't do it for me. However, on the rewatch for a process here, a lot of the jokes really hit me better. I like the jokes, but the fundamental thing I have the episode though is that despite the Princess Bride of it all, I'm of two minds. On one hand, I don't like it because it's so far off the reservation with like Phineas and Ferb. Like we don't really have a touchstone beyond like obviously space adventure. It's an adventure in space as the as like Baljeet's thing, and that's like we're actually seeing the episodes. There's a novelty there, but so on one hand, I don't like. I think that's too far removed, and we have nothing to really grab onto. But on the flip side, though, this is the kind of thing I love in Freakazoid. Like season 1 of Freakazoid. Where they're kind of testing the waters with like random, almost show pilots of sorts. This is kind of almost like a pilot for Space Adventure. Really, it's just kind of like a lampooning of like kind of all the sci-fi stuff that Dan Swampy liked to do without having to do a whole new Star Wars special. It's kind of the combination of Star Trek and Star Wars, and other stuff. So I mean. It's kind of like I mentioned before, very similar. It's kind of like the Lawn Gnomes segment in Freakazoid. It was like basically a pilot for a show that never went anywhere, but it was pretty funny, and it shares a very similar story beat to this one about the importance of the apology. So it was on my mind, and that's kind of when that gag is when it hit me on the rewatch. Like, you know what? I'm still on the fence, but I can't take away there were some really good jokes and just kind of some farces and just pointing out the ridiculousness of 60s Star Trek in this. It's there's something I can't, it's kind of like in the same way I think we all love Galaxy Quest, to a degree. It's like it's fun to kind of doing the parody so well it kind of like becomes the parody to a degree. It's really amusing. It's really funny, but I still think it's like out of place. But we have so many great Phineas and Ferb episodes. I mean, when I first watched, I thought this was like the first dud of season 5. It was that bad on the first watch. But again, I can't take away that this is well made. It seems out of place. But it's not the first time I've seen something like that. So I don't know how I feel about this episode. All I know is I'm laughing at a lot of parts of it, so they're doing something right. So I don't know.
It is kind of funny that the Galaxy Quest has many people considered like one of the best, unironically, one of the best Star Trek movies ever made.
In my book, best Star Trek movie ever.
even if it's not officially Star Trek.
It's just the way I love Galaxy Quest, man. I love it.
And I still need to watch it. I know I take a shot every time I say I need to watch that in one of these streams.
Well, don't give everyone poisoning, Jake. Make sure you're drinking milkshakes.
Yeah, the Little Blue says wave.
Hey.
And of course, Little Blue also points out the Orville.
I love the Orville, but not a movie. But I love the Orville. Actually, say fun fact: Ted season 2. The show. It's based off the Seth MacFarlane movie Ted.
Yeah.
It's not to be confused with Ted Lasso, which is coming back somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
And it's not. Sounds like it's not going well, but we'll see what happens. Regardless, Ted season 2, they're incorporating more Orville talent because unfortunately those guys aren't really shooting a show right now, so they got to put them somewhere. So season 1 we had some of the crew there, and obviously the main cast is Scott Grimes, who is on that show as Ed Mercer's best pal, as Gordon Malloy. And anyway, so they have him playing. I mentioned this in the last episode. I went on the Ted tangent that one, or should I say digression? But guy who played John Bennett's dad in that show. Scott Grimes is Steve Smith from American Dad and everything. But anyway, so we already have a lot of Orville talent. But then what we saw in the trailer for Ted season 2 was Peter McCone, who plays Bortus. He's playing, I think, the superintendent in Ted season 2. So the Orville talent, it's always nice to see him pop up. And I'm hopeful for season 4, but I'm so glad that the Orville season 3. I don't think they knew they were coming back because that was during the pandemic and everything. So they kind of, by a miracle, they were able to finish the season. I don't know how aware of this Seth MacFarlane was, but he really ended season 3 in a way like if we didn't get any more Orville, it's a very satisfying ending to that show. So I would love more, and they seem to be hoping for more, but whether it's in the cards or not, no idea.
Right. And regarding my thoughts on this particular episode, and actually, Dragon, I do remember you considered the Ballad of Bubba Doof to be the first dud of season 5.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was that was in this season then, right?
Yep, that was this.
Yeah, that was our break episode, or episode before we went on hiatus.
Yeah, that was like that. It was No Slumber Party and the Ballad of Bubba Doof.
Yeah, you're right. That one probably was the first that was the first dud. Yeah.
But even on rewatch, this one you consider to be better than.
That's what I'm saying. On rewatch, this one's entertaining. It's not a Phineas and Ferb episode, but it's entertaining.
I do kind of have to tend to agree. Like this both of these episodes really this week aren't really firing on all cylinders.
No.
So, but I did find both episodes and premises kind of funny.
Now, admittedly, the second one has pastry drama, which is always the best kind of drama.
It is. Of all the kinds of drama to have, that is the best kind of drama.
I mean, pastry drama, you don't know what's going to happen next.
Well, speaking of drama, Dragon, this is kind of another off tangent, but you know how the last few times we've gone, we've discussed the episode, like the Hey Arnold episode. Arnold betrays Iggy.
There's going to be a lot of Hey Arnold mentioning in the next episode, but yeah.
I believe that, but I don't know. You might know this, but I just figured it out today.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this too. Yeah, that Podmeyer, he did the boards on that, right?
He directed the episode.
Oh, right, directed the episode, yeah.
Yeah, he directed Arnold Betrays Iggy.
I saw that recently. I saw there was this thing where somebody has like these posts or something. I kind of scroll past them. They have
and like the board image was like Roman, like in Roman and Arnold.
Yeah, and the stabbing in the side, the stabbathy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like I was like, that's how I learned. Like, wait, Dan did that? It's like, and that's like, oh, he actually directed the episode.
I completely forgot that he directed it. I had no idea.
Like, well, he directed like some of the best episodes of the series, like the opera episode.
See, at some point when I get caught up on some of my other binges, I will re-binge Hey Arnold, and I will take note of the episodes that Podmeyer did.
I said he directed like What's Opera Arnold, which is one of the best episodes of the series.
That's true.
But then he directed Arnold Betrays Iggy, which is probably the worst episode of the series.
Well, it has to even out somehow, Jacob.
Well, I mean, I mean, I'm not saying it's a terrible episode by any means, but
Arnold Betrays the is a terrible episode.
in terms for Hey Arnold terms,
Yeah, in Hey Arnold terms, yes, it is a. The consensus, Jake. There is no dissenting opinion. Like literally, everyone hates that episode.
I'm not saying it's a good Hey Arnold episode, Dragon.
Yeah,
but yep. So I'm just also trying to keep in their good graces, you know.
well, I mean, look, failure happens. Okay, it's okay. Failure happens, and you learn from failure. It's like one miss, the rest have been hits. They're okay.
Yeah.
Offenmeyer's got a mock-up of his own character from the Disney parks in his home.
Yeah.
He's living the dream.
And but to continue my point from before, I also like both of these episodes kind of didn't work for me on the first time around. They probably did improve the second time, especially Space Adventure.
Yeah.
Like I picked up like a bit more of like I was like, oh, I do have some fun background though for this one, even though it is very brief.
Yeah.
You remember how Space Adventure was like was a big plot point in the Candace Against the Universe?
Yes.
Well, the director of that movie, like he created the animatic for Space Adventure for fun during production of that, and which turned out to be the basis for this episode.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So let's get into Space Adventure.
It's an adventure in space. All right, so we have
to do that every time we say that, aren't we?
Well, we're probably gonna try. All right, so the framing device, of course, we got to take a little moment of silence. The framing device is Princess Bride, which, of course, sadly, Rob Reiner, no longer around, the man who brought us Princess Bride.
Yeah.
And again, I think I mentioned this one time before, but yeah, so Rob Reiner, around the time of the pandemic, they did like a little fundraiser thing, and they basically had the cast and crew like basically read Princess Bride in like a Zoom call. And he and Carl Reiner, this is like right before, Carl Reiner passed away. I think one of the last things he did. He, they did this thing where Carl Reiner was basically the grandpa reading the story to Rob Reiner, who was the Fred Savage character.
So, wait. All right, it's kind of weird that Carl would be playing the grandpa, considering that's the... Wait, unless I'm getting mixed up here.
Okay, the framing device, basically, as we kind of see here, the framing device is you have a character who's kind of sick in bed, and somebody visits him to read him a story or show him something, tell him a story. Now, usually as the grandfather, and you have the kid in bed. Kid in bed was Fred Savage. I forget who played the grandfather in the original movie off the top of my head, but I'm just saying, it's Rob Reiner, the director, as the kid, and his father as the grandfather. That is the operative it's the gag.
All right.
The point being, Carl Reiner is, is a really nice kind of like final thing for Carl Reiner, like as you wish, kind of like his little father-son moment. It was nice.
All right.
Aquatad has something interesting.
Did I ever mention that I saw a live showing of Princess Bride of the Carrie Elwes Q&A?
No, you did not, Aquatad.
And I think Carrie Elwes actually did come to a convention that I went to.
Yeah, you mentioned Carrie Elwes one time.
Yeah, I didn't see him. But...
He could have gone up and said, "The Claw."
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't go to him, and it was obviously before the whole thing with Rob.
I would love to see like someone do a caricature of Carrie Elwes just like sitting at a table and basically a trio of fans at a convention dressed like little green aliens from Toy Story, making the motion from Liar Liar, just saying "The Claw," and he's just rolling his eyes like.
And he was also Robin Hood.
He was really good Robin Hood.
Yep. Unlike other Robin Hoods, I speak in an English accent.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, Robin Hood is in Samurai Jack.
He is?
Yeah.
I don't remember that episode.
Well, it's the pilot. It's like the big pilot. Well, honestly, it's episode 1, but it's kind of like part of the whole pilot movie thing. So it's like part 1's all the little stuff in the past. Samurai Jack, much like Batman, trained around the globe, and one of his mentors
was Robin Hood, right?
Exactly.
Now I remember. You were right.
Yeah, I think I mentioned I did my whole rewatch binge on Samurai Jack recently. So
in preparation for Primal.
Yeah, basically killing time between Primal episodes. But yeah, and all the game kind of was on my mind. I did the game first, and it's like, well, I'm out of game to play. I got the ending, so I wanna watch through this while I'm waiting on Primal. So
But oh yeah, you were. But oh yeah, now I remember that was one of Jack's mentors.
had some friends over Sunday. We did like a little kind of movie thing. We also watched all the Scotsman episodes of Samurai Jack.
That's a good time.
Yeah, it was. It was a great time too. There's my buddies are animation geeks, and we all just like marveled at it and just like we're cracking up at just how great the Scotsman is.
Another John DiMaggio role.
One of the John DiMaggio roles. It's on the Mount Rushmore, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. So, Buford is sick.
Yes.
And Baljeet just decides to barge in.
Yeah.
Remember that technically this is the kind of the second time that Phineas and Ferb has done a kind of a Princess Bride kind of framing device.
What was the first time?
Excalibur.
Well, I remember like Excalibur, but like the framing device was Princess Bride.
Well, remember, it was like something like Princess Bride, because in that episode, it was Monogram that was sick.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is the second. Oh my God, they've run out of Jacob. We have to chastise him. Put him up.
All right.
Dan, Swampy. Did you think he wouldn't notice? Did you think he was a dummy? Look at this guy here. He figured it out. He saw through it. He saw what you did. You want to do Princess Bride again. Yeah, that guy there. Let's not scare the small children. But yes, that guy right there. He, the super fan that is animated Jacob, he put 2 and 2 together. He realized you did Princess Bride all over again with the framing device. Admittedly, not as famous a pairing as Monogram and Carl, but we saw what you did there. We're going to look past it because we lost poor Rob Reiner, but I'm just saying, we know what you're up to. Okay? We know. Well, he knows. I was present during the reveal, but anyway.
Yeah, but the difference is that episode actually did have Phineas and Ferb in it, just
yes.
in a more fantasy style setting.
Yeah. Inferior copy, anyway.
So Buford is sick, and Baljeet basically just comes in and makes him watch his favorite episode of his favorite sci-fi show, Space Adventure.
It's an adventure in space.
All right. And so,
and I love him pointing out that Buford says no, get out, and he says, "Not too bad, you're a captive audience."
And you cannot leave. Here goes.
Yep.
So Dragon, tell the fine folks who plays Captain Dirk Mortenson.
Diedrich Bader, Batman himself, the Brave and the Bold Batman.
Making his way back into Phineas and Ferb.
Also warped dark matter from Buzz Lightyear's Star Command.
Kind of appropriate considering this.
Yeah.
Even though warped dark matter is more of a villain.
Well, that's true. Well, he's unintentionally the villain of this one, could argue, but yeah.
He wasn't. Well, I'm saying warped dark matter was the villain.
But I'm just saying that his character here is kind of, he's working against everyone ultimately.
Yep. Technically, everything is kind of his fault.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I love me some Diedrich Bader. I love when he shows up and things. He was on that show I never had the patience to watch, but he was, I think it's The American Housewife or something. Was the American? Yeah, he was. He was. He's really funny. He plays the husband.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, point being, Diedrich Bader is he's great, and a lot of people. I think he was in the the Drew Carey show. Was that the one? Yeah, that's the one he was on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was in that. I know he was in. I know he was in Napoleon Dynamite as well.
Oh well, wait, no. Are you sure you're thinking of that, not Office Space?
No, he might have been in that too, but he was definitely in.
He was in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, I think he was one of the teachers in that.
Okay. Well, yes. Point being, he was.
Someone in the comments might want to fact check me on that.
And recently, he was actually a teacher. Again, he likes playing teacher. He was a teacher in Shazam 2, Fury of Gods.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I felt so sad when they killed him off in that movie. He was a really cool guy in that movie too. It was like, oh no, I felt for his loss because he's that good. That's what I'm saying. He's a good actor. It's a bit part, but he made you care about him.
No.
I was so delighted in Jan Silent Bob Reboot when they brought him back. He came back as like a little fun cameo. And the fun thing about Jay and Silent Bob Reed was that Kevin Smith was able to direct 3 Batmans in that movie. He had Diedrich Bader, he had Ben Affleck, and Val Kilmer. One of the last Val Kilmer roles.
Nice.
Not the last, because I think he went on right after that to do Top Gun, Top Gun Maverick. But still, it was
still pretty impressive.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's like so. Captain Dirk Mortenson of the USS Minotaur.
Of course, Dirk for Kirk. So a lot of so again, the whole thing is kind of a combination of It's mostly Star Trek with some Star Wars here and there, which might be I wonder if that's Dan Swampy kind of making fun of the J.J. Abrams of it all, just a little bit, because he famously did both Star Trek and then Star Wars.
No clue.
And we have some Force Awakens-y kind of stuff here, like here and there.
It's like so. Their goal is to go into the evil Honey Badger Empire, steal the plans of their latest space station, the dreaded Spiky Ring,
which again is kind of their Death Star. So again, Star Wars and the plotting.
Yep.
There you go. Diedrich Bader's Rex in Napoleon Dynamite.
No, I don't know if he was a teacher, but he was definitely right. He definitely was in there. Then it seems.
Yeah.
So the newbie navigator.
Yeah.
She's put through her paces in this episode.
She is. She's dealing with a moron.
With a whole crew full of morons, and she's not much better, to be honest.
No. So we have like BSL4, who's basically R2D2.
DSL4, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So I like that. So in the hilarity of this, so the captain's like, we established he's just settled for the crew. It's like he had like the 19th or 18th or 19th best pilot.
Well, it's like the 17th
navigator.
The 17th best navigator in the galaxy. Right, 19th.
That was kind of our Chewbacca-esque kind of alien, right?
Nah.
That was no.
I think his name is like Nosh or something like
that.
Yeah,
no, it's Nosh. Yeah. So I love that Nosh is the one who's gonna give him all the problems in this episode. So I love that we established he's like the 19th. Was it 18th or 19th best?
Well, he thought it was the 17th, but Nosh reveals he's the 19th.
He's the 19th best navigator. It speaks volumes.
It's like, and we had a job opening, and you did good on your test, and we needed a navigator.
All right, so basically, we do the old stormtrooper gag from Star Wars to infiltrate the honey badger. They really look like wolves, more like they do honey badgers, but
I guess it's more to them like being upright.
Yeah, maybe.
Honey badgers just don't care, Dragon.
Yes, last time I saw a honey badger was Despicable Me 4, but honestly, it was the highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the whole heist for the whole honey badger heist thing was great.
And the thing is, honey badgers just don't care.
Yeah.
That's an old internet video if you guys don't know.
All right. So they infiltrate as janitors, not just like stormtroopers, but in this case janitors, which I'm convinced is a Force Awakens reference to the whole sanitation crew thing.
Like, that's not how the Force works.
Which is great.
Yep.
By the way, Harrison Ford killing it on Shrinking Season 3.
Well, yeah. Oh. Go ahead.
Yep. So let's see. We have Zorna. Zorna feels kind of a little bit like Gamora, just a little bit. She has like the bladed weapons and everything.
Yep, and Dirk's trying to avoid getting everybody killed.
Yep, and then eventually it's like, go ahead.
And she's like, kind of interesting that they're able to get away with that.
Yep.
And it's like, and of course they managed to get away with the plans of having the Minotaur be detected.
Yep. So everything goes great. Oh, by the way, I love the gag too. Right before that, where he uses like the Force, like basically when he sigs Zorn to kill the guy, it's because the guy on his team was supposed to be the Jedi, like kind of screwed up like the Force. Using the Force, and it was like my stuff, and you have like I love this gag of hold my stuff, where this guy's like gets his coffee mug gets broken and gets on his stuff, and it's like you see like a little picture that his kid made, like a picture drawing of daddy, and then like Zorna presumably kills this guy.
Aw. And the
Yep.
guy and the Jedi is a master of the arts of Schluffbaum's luck.
Yeah.
Which,
Sluck.
yep, that's what it's called. Schluffbaum's luck.
Also, we had the Mortenson chop, which was like a nod to the Vulcan nerve pinch.
Yeah, and it's just like hitting somebody in the neck.
Yep. Not the first Disney thing to have both Star Wars and Star Trek in there. Look at Toy Story.
Yep.
Yep. We have Buzz Lightyear doing the live long and prosper.
It's like,
right after delivering the whole monologue from Star Wars, which is funny.
It's like somebody. I saw, when I feel old, Dragon. I saw somebody. I saw. Pretty much early today as well. I saw something on there about like them making a Toy Story making a reference to Star Wars, which was only 18 years old when the first Toy Story came out.
That is crazy.
And then I was like, oh my god, I'm old.
Yep. And Pokemon turns 30 later this month.
That movie came out a year. That movie came out a year after I was born.
I'm sorry.
It was on Star Wars. I mean, not Star Wars.
Oh my god.
Toy Story. Toy Story.
Right.
I wasn't. I didn't even exist yet when in 1977.
You were just a thought.
Like, not even then. My mom was only 13 years old.
But you were a vague concept.
Yeah. Yes.
She was like thinking. She was holding a doll. Jacob.
That wasn't even the name she originally picked out for me either.
Genevieve.
It wasn't. I knew I was a boy, Dragon. But
Gregory.
no, it's actually Zach. But
Cody.
Did you say Cody?
Yeah.
That's actually my middle name.
Oh, there you go. So you were almost Zach. You were almost Zach and Cody.
Yep, pretty much. So,
Zachary Cody Weil.
Yep, that was almost my name.
ZCW.
Yep.
Zwack.
So anyway.
Yeah.
So as I said, so they're about to get away until Dirk decides to do a little taunting.
Yeah, the Mortenson taunt.
The galaxy famous Mortenson victory flyby.
Yeah, which is so. I love when Buford even has to call out, wait a minute, why did he do that?
Because it was cool.
Oh my god. This cracks me up, just the fact that it's just this. It begins like the literal, like, the one problem solve another problem thing. It just keeps going. We're just like this idiot. He's being chased. And he's offered like the perfect opportunity to like just say you're sorry, because he's really upset. He's more so upset. Like, look, we'll even cancel the whole Spike thing, but you got to apologize to the two crying guys you knocked out here.
But nope.
He just says no, and now okay. Now I'm convinced. By the way, there might be a Galaxy Quest reference in this scene.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, so when now mind you, it's not like one for one, but it's kind of very similar to the specific gag goes. So essentially, in the episode, he's saying like, "Here's what we're not gonna do," and obviously Nosh does. Like, we're not gonna launch all the torpedoes.
Then he
So it launches, and then the guy comes back on, and he fires back. And that's what you get for firing all the torpedoes at us. Okay, so that joke, very reminiscent of in Galaxy Quest. So Jason Nesmith, the Tim Allen character, gets beamed aboard, and he doesn't know this is all real, and he basically doesn't know this is all real. And it's just like the bad guy's monologuing, and he basically just kind of like. He says, like, I think he mutes him or something. He says, let's just fire everything at him. And he just, it's like, and, they do it and he leaves. And then later on he tries doing it, but he didn't mute it. So the guy knows exactly what he's doing. It's just really funny. It's the whole, this the mundanity of the whole, like, hey, let's try and, you launch everything. Just the guy's like, what was that about? Because just being in direct communication with the people you're firing upon, which technically we can do today, but it's never as funny.
And the entire time after this point, Dirk is basically just passive aggressive, like, This would be easier if we had torpedoes.
I love him being so mad at Nosh throughout. That was my favorite joke. It was like, the only thing that'll stop these giant worms, torpedoes. I've been that guy. I gotta admit, I've been that guy.
Yeah, I think everybody's been that guy.
Yep, just yelling at the guy over for the torpedoes.
Yep, I've been that guy too, Dragon.
Yep. So we have the giant space worm nebula.
And everything keeps escalating, getting more and more ridiculous. You get the space worm nebula.
Yeah, we have the space ghost on the bridge gag.
Like, no space ghost on my bridge.
Yep.
Well, maybe that's why his training isn't so well, because he keeps shooing away the ghost teacher.
There you go. All right, so we have this hilarious running gag, and I love this so much. It's a great trope. I mean, it's a great maneuver from sci-fi stuff, including Galaxy Quest. Like it's the sci-fi trope. Everyone, Star Trek used it all the time. Is what they're doing. Galaxy Quest used it because of the Star Trek parody, and Star Wars essentially used it. Just didn't really spell it out as much. Like they didn't really talk about doing. They just kind of did it.
Yeah.
The idea of like, okay, we're gonna chart a dangerous course to lose our pursuers because they're not gonna be crazy enough to try circumnavigating the dangerous place we're going. It was a classic sci-fi maneuver.
But in this case, it just keeps escalating to more and more ridiculous extremes.
And it's the fact that they keep chasing them.
Yep. The worms keep going after them. The peaceful people keep chasing after them. The scorpions, then after that.
Now, one of them, I think, was a nod to Star Tours, by the way. They go to like this icy kind of like crystal kind of field that remind me a little bit like we go to like the I think it was the meteor shower in Star Tours.
Because ambush and ambush is apparently just means city in their language.
Yep, and they're like firing. Nosh is like firing upon the city. And he's the navigator. He shouldn't even be doing that.
And then Nosh just put into the corners like don't complain. You're over there for 5 minutes. If you complain, I'll make it 10.
I love this joke. I laughed so hard. This is where the episode really was, okay, maybe I was too harsh on it the first time. That joke's too funny. So they put him in the corner. And then it's like, well, wait a minute. How do they know that we blew up the city? I mean, they reveal, look at the series like the social media somehow with Nosh just like, been put in the timeout corner because it blew up a city. Like, Nosh! You mother!
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then to cap it all off, they go through the most dangerous and insane nebula yet.
All black holes and suns, which I laughed so. Again, it's like black holes and suns,
which will basically push them past light speed 12.
It's like the Fantastic Four 10. It's like the best scene in the Fantastic Four times 10.
Yep.
It's like suns and black holes, and it's like, oh my god.
And so with everyone chasing after them into this, and of course Aquatet, this is the worst nebula of all.
Yep. Educational television. Oh no. So that's what have actually lost them.
And does it have a song? No, it really doesn't.
Well, it has the Space Adventure jingle.
Yeah, but outside of a jingle, not really. But so they lead their very large crew of pursuers through the nebula of 10 stars and 12 suns, whatever it is.
Well, black holes and suns, but yeah.
The Calarian Nebula of 17 suns and 14 black holes.
So they get through. They land on like the moon and right next to the Earth, and all of their pursuers, because of the gravity and I guess because like the light speed effect, where being slingshot around the black holes, the gravity has basically compressed them into a very spike-like shape.
What does that look like to you? It's a giant spike,
and it just lands right in the ocean of the planet.
It's like, huh? Maybe the Mortenson Victory flyby wasn't a good idea. So, yeah, technically this was all Captain Dirk's fault.
Oh, yeah.
Even
though he didn't apologize.
Even though the others didn't really help.
Nope.
Especially Nosh.
Least of all Nosh.
Unfortunately, we don't have a dang it Nosh.
Or not again, Nosh.
Yep.
Or naughty Nosh.
I don't think I can handle another sci-fi musical episode. It's like the musical episode of Strange New Worlds and getting an understanding of everything. I don't know if I'm going to take it as you liked it or you didn't like it. Because I've heard mixed things about that show. Actually, I'm thinking of Starfleet Academy that I've heard mixed things about. I don't know. Dragon, do you know any of this stuff?
No.
Fair enough.
I heard there was a musical episode for Strange New Worlds. That's about it. I don't know how well it fared.
I mean, if Buffy can pull it off, I'm sure maybe Star Trek can.
There might have been puppets for an episode 2 as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you ever see the Angel episode with puppets?
no.
That was good. Ben Edlund, the guy who did The Tick, did that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's really all over the place, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he did Gotham. He did again. He did a guest spot on with Angel with that, and obviously The Tick
and Venture Bros.
Yeah, Venture Brothers. Yep. So he gets around. I've met Ben Edlund.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, I think it was like years ago, but yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, he was really cool too. I mean, did like free sketches for people. Just a cool guy.
Man, I'd like to meet him. I don't think he's ever come to one of the conventions that I go to.
Yeah.
Which is sad because I would totally like to meet him.
Yeah.
Oh well. So I think that covers space adventure.
Well, remember, Buford's in Baljeet.
Oh yeah.
So,
So never mind. Space adventure's not over yet.
Yep. So there's another episode. Basically, it's like, well, what happened to the planet? What's the aftermath of all this? He says, what's in the next episode? This is like, please, can we watch the other one as you wish? And then we reveal in text that Buford
just wanted to get Baljeet sick.
We have this really gross bit where he's like breathing, so like little germs and microbes and like in the breath that's like drifting towards Baljeet. It's a little much.
Yeah, but his entire goal was to get Baljeet sick.
That's true. Okay, that brings us to the next episode.
Droogenfest.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the Clockwork Orange episode.
Which we thought that's what you thought it would be based on the name.
Well, I mean, I didn't think it was actually going to do it, but
I know. And unfortunately, no Malcolm McDowell this episode either.
No. I got to be honest, I've been here. The thing about Malcolm McDowell recently.
No, for what?
Time after time, I was watching Kevin Smith's podcast. They're bringing up a really good idea for rebooting Time After, like remaking Time After Time as like a limited series. Which I know they attempted to do like years back, but they got canceled before they could really do it. So I don't know. Point being, Time After Time's been on the mind, and such a good movie.
All right.
Love that movie.
Okay.
Oh, yes, and Aquatet brought up something I meant to mention at the start. I'm glad he brought it up from the last episode. What could have helped you forget better? Bread Bowl Hot Tub. I really wish they had that gag in there where he says, like, Bread Bowl Hot Tub? No, silly. Space adventure.
That would have been good. Give the man his Bread Bowl hot tub.
Yep. I want so little, and what I want little of is soup in a bread bowl hot tub.
I mean, bread bowls by themselves are delicious.
Well, yeah, it's the whole point, Jacob.
I'm just saying, but if you swim but bathing in soup.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's how they do the human sacrifices. That's how they make them more palatable. It's like, hey, get in the tasty hot tub. You can eat the tub. The only way the bread bowl hot tub is going to work, you have to have someone really attractive you're sharing that bread bowl hot tub with, otherwise it's going to be completely, why are we doing this? Why are we subjecting ourselves to this?
Good point.
All right.
So that brings us to Droogenfest.
Yeah.
Which is a Drusselstinian festival.
Yeah.
So the boys are growing the world's largest doonkelberry to help Isabella get the pastry.
Are you ready for the Hey Arnold tangent?
Yes, I am.
Stinky's pumpkin. First thing that jumped in mind, like, the whole thing of like the climax of Sneaky's pumpkin is that they grew this awesome giant pumpkin, but how the heck are they going to get from point A to point B?
They roll it.
Well, actually, Jacob, what they did is they had two giant trucks they were going to drive side by side. No, no, no. But yes, they had the same dilemma in Hey Arnold. It was the first thing I thought of, and then I was like, hey, they're just going to roll it, which is a hilarious solution.
Yep. Even though it is kind of unsanitary.
Well, yeah. To be fair, they're probably just going to eat the inside of it before, like if everyone just doesn't eat the outside of it.
Yep.
Yep.
So.
Let's see. Yeah. Also, the other thing too. Well, we'll get to the other thing later on. We'll get to the other Harold reference later. But go on.
All right. So the point is, Isabella wants to impress the visiting emissaries, and thus everything must go flawless.
Unfortunately,
Doofenshmirtz.
Yes, Doofenshmirtz has entered the episode. First of all, we got to talk about this. Just building the Doofenshmirtz. I love that the episode has like an abridged Phineas and Ferb kind of plot line in a nutshell here, where it's like, it's it's the usual episode, just kind of abridged to like, they roll the thing out of there. Candace shows up like, Mom, oh, and back in the house we go.
Yeah.
Like, where's Perry? And of course, you see Perry basically turns into a plant, and he goes into the lair, and we have this great. I love this joke, this Monogram and Carl joke here. So, Monogram's doing the debrief, or giving him the mission brief.
Yeah.
And so Doofenshmirtz say if he ruins this, Droogenfest. If he ruins the Droogenfest, Carl informs Monogram that the tri-state area, they apparently their whole trade. Yeah, go on.
The entire economy depends on trading with them because they'll have to sell off an entire state area if it goes wrong.
It's that dependent on the Drusselsteinian trade, apparently.
Which is bizarre.
Which means the tri-state area would go to a bi-state area.
With an adjacent area over there.
Which terrifies Monogram. I love this gag so much. This Monogram is like utterly horrified. Oh, Agent, we have the stakes in the drama. They're gonna have to sell off part of the tri-state area, and it was have this gag with Monogram, which is like, dang it, Carl, never warn me something I don't know. Never know something I don't know.
So, Dragon, is this going to be a dang it, Carl? I clicked on the wrong one.
No, it's a dang it, Carl.
Yeah, all right, there we go. Dang it, Carl.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can find the.
Dang it, Carl.
There we go. So, yeah, so what Carl, again, would know something that Monogram would not know. So that's like, don't know things that I don't, Carl.
So you want to know who would know things that Monogram doesn't?
Yes.
Well, definitely Beaumont.
Absolutely. I would say probably Fredrickson as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's I can see that. And definitely the robot, considering he's a robot.
Yes. Which Carl would not know things. He, Carl from SpongeBob would play along with this very easily. Carl from The Simpsons, kind of a dim guy.
Carl from SpongeBob would just follow the book.
True. Carl Moss just doesn't care, so he's fine.
Yeah.
Or it's also Carl from Marketing. Look, Carl from Marketing Universe, we know a lot that Monogram doesn't know, so
Yeah. I can't really speak much on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Nor can I.
So, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce the guy's name.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway. All right. So, but yes, and of course, like, where are my keys? And Carl says, I don't know.
Monogram kind of walked into that one.
Yep. Oh, Aquatad points at Planty the potted plant returns.
If only. All right, so So basically, Doofenshmirtz and Isabella meet again.
They reunite, and this is a hilarious dynamic. Just for starters, I love that he mistakes her for his dentist.
And which apparently his dentist does kind of look like Isabella, as we find out.
Yeah, as we find out, which is trippy. And
yeah, go on.
Anyway, so Doofenshmirtz claims he has no memory of Isabella, despite like all it went into space, in your rocket ship.
Yep, he doesn't remember.
Yep, and then we had a whole song and everything. Oh, you mean adulting? It's like, yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't ring a bell. Just I love just how he infuriates this little girl, and then he admits, "Yes, I know who you are, but you make me feel inferior, so I don't like like to acknowledge I know who you are."
It's like, yeah, they both got on each other's nerves,
which is just funny.
Yep.
So let's see. I love the giant shriveled. They have like the giant shriveled man statue and everything. So the point being, the emissaries have shown up, and Doofenshmirtz wants to foil
Droogenfest.
Droogenfest. He wants to foil Droogenfest because he hates the doonkelberries.
He hates the the pruned up Droogens because everything is, it doesn't taste very good.
Okay, so he does like doonkelberries, but he doesn't like the dried up version of it.
It's kind of like grapes versus raisins kind of thing.
So he hates raisins, loves grapes.
I mean, a lot of people are like that. I personally don't like raisins myself.
That's fine. I just want to make sure. So that's
I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, that's how I read it. What do you think?
No, man, that sounds about right. Because he definitely hates like the Droogen stuff.
Yep. So he plans
the what is it? The Droogen strudel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which the emissaries, I keep trying to call them dignitaries.
They're like a dignified pastry.
Yeah. So they're so the entire thing depends on the strudel.
And they're not easily impressed. Like they're critiquing like the giant shriveled man statue, and they're not liking anything. And then they are presented with the Droogen strudel, but
Doofenshmirtz wanting to get revenge on it turned everything into chocolate.
He has one of the best inators ever, the chocolate swap-inator,
which turns every bit of Droogen into chocolate.
Yeah.
Which I can't really blame him, but chocolate, and he actually succeeds. That's the crazy thing.
I know he succeeds, but there is a trade-off. He succeeds, but in succeeding, of course, the emissaries they fail him, which means tri-state area will become the bi-state area, which is like that means Doofenshmirtz by definition he does not take over the tri-state area, just the bi-state area, which is like it's like no. So he and Perry Plaza at the word, Perry Plaza, you're gonna stall him. I fix this.
It's like he doesn't want to take over the bi-state area.
Also during the monologue while they're on the ride, we have like Doofenshmirtz says, "Yeah, but I digress. I digress a lot." Basically he summed up the tangent part of our show very well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, funnily enough, we haven't gone on a lot of tangents this episode. We ourselves haven't really gone on that many tangents this episode.
I don't know, Jacob. Part 1, we went on a lot of tangents right from the outset.
Yeah, I know, but we kind of focused on it near the end.
Yeah. And anyway, that brings us to our next tangent, though.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make some Droogen strudel, but something really impressive. Phineas, Ferb, and company arrive with the giant doonkelberry that they turn into the Droogen. Yep. Turn to a giant Droogen strudel, which is very reminiscent of the world record episode of Hey Arnold, where they tried making the world's largest pizza.
Another Hey Arnold episode.
Yes, that one feels like a Poppmeyer one, but I don't know.
I don't know. Do you know the name of the episode?
I think it's world record.
All right, let me see.
It's early on. It's like season 1 or 2.
World records. Let's see.
That's the one.
No, he's not a writer or director on that one. Maybe he storyboarded it, but
okay.
It was actually written by one of the creators of Recess, the Joe Ansalaba here.
Hey.
So yeah. So Recess and Rugrats alumni there.
There you go. Anyway, so this feels, it feels very much like I like that Hey Arnold episode.
Did you bring up that episode when they did the giant bowling ball?
Oh,
Because
maybe.
that was also kind of a world records episode.
If it was a world record, if there was Phineas and Ferb trying to beat a world record, then yes, I absolutely brought it up.
All right. All right, then. All right, I'll have to go back and watch that.
But it's awesome, Jacob. You should see him try and make this giant pizza, and it's awesome. And then something goes horribly wrong, and it's hilarious.
The giant pizza. Yep, that's it. It's world record. Is that? Do you know if that's still on Paramount Plus? Paramount Plus is good with keeping.
It is. It's still on Paramount Plus. Yeah.
A lot of others, because they're usually pretty good with keeping their stuff on their stuff there.
It's the shame that the service kind of sucks.
I'm
just saying in terms of loads and all the load and everything, it doesn't work great.
I've never really had a problem with it.
I don't know. I hear nothing but complaints, and I don't know.
I mean, the worst that happens with me is like sometimes I get some pre-episode ads, but that's about it.
I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's all on there.
And we get an impressive Norm transformation this episode.
Yes, Norm transforms into an oven.
Yep, yet another. Norm is kind of becoming a bit of a Deus Ex Machina, kind of.
I am digested.
Kind of a literal Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Well, at least definitely the Machina part.
Well, for sure.
And so, with everything going on in Doof's supervision, Doof and Isabella supervising, they finally make the giant strudel.
But they have to transport it
before they leave. And they're taking it, and they finally get it there on time.
Yep, using 2 giant trucks side by side. Baljeet's like, oh, come on.
and fortunately, the emissaries like it. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have to sell off any of the tri-state area.
Yep.
And Isabella never wants to work with Doof again. So yeah.
But no, seriously, you really do look like my dentist. It's uncanny. And then we cut to Doofenshmirtz with his dentist, and we see like, looks like he looks like Isabella because the way his kind of hair and beard kind of falls, it basically erases part of his face, and he's wearing purple, so he looks identical.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
And then he inadvertently reveals that he is the one who turned everything into chocolate in the first place.
Yeah. That's why he gets the clean up your own mess badge.
Yep. Well, so yeah. I think that about does it. What do you think?
I think so.
Not really much to talk about this week, is there?
No, not really.
I mean, the episodes are fine. Not them firing on all cylinders.
It was not the strongest week. I think we can say that much.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I will say that. Like the dynamic between Doof and Isabella is fun.
Oh yeah.
I do kind of hope they have another one where they actually kind of respect each other more.
Maybe.
But seeing them at each other's, I was going to laugh if Doof's dentist was Mrs. Garcia Shapiro. That would have been funny. But I don't think she's a dentist. I don't know what she does. But I think not their strongest week, but not bad.
No.
You said it was still better than Slumber Party and Ballad of Bubba Doof, though.
Well, at the very least, Ballad of Bubba Doof, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you all for joining us this week. We got a pretty good turnout in the comments this week. A lot of it is from Aqua Dad, but we had Eli of Little Blue and Bahakisodikin 1416. So, and be sure to join us next week for Doofer Size and Croquet Y8. Goodbye. Good night, everybody.
Night.